Why do you have so many doubts?
She gave us the doubt because she told us very plainly she came back to Indiana to give birth to Jordan. She had another man there while the baby was being delivered. That was her fiancé at the time.
Mr. Belding Jr. is in court because he thinks the real father of his daughter, Jordan, might be his own father, Mr. Belding Sr.
Mr. Belding, you're here with your mother. You claim little Jordan's biological father may be your own father.
Yes, Your Honor.
How did this even happen? His dad, Mr. Belding Sr., had nowhere to go, so he moved in and was living with his son's girlfriend, Ms. Marsh.
We were living in Georgia, then he moved back to Indiana and got a room, or he shared a room with Amber.
He had nowhere to go, so I took him in.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but his sister lives there. He has numerous friends in Indiana.
His sister would not
I live there.
At all.
He could have lived other places than with her. He's lived with off and on for the past 3 years.
She says she's not a bad person. She just didn't want the man she calls dad to be homeless, so she took him in.
He had nowhere to go. Literally, I asked his sister, and his sister said, no, I'm not gonna let a man I call my dad stay on the street.
The sleeping arrangements are super shady. At first, she says they slept in different rooms, but then admits they did share a bed, just not at the same time.
In my 3-bedroom apartment, it was different rooms. And then when we lived at my mom's, I worked third shift and he worked first. We slept in the same bed, but not together.
See who's lying? See how the story changes?
Wait a minute, so wait.
Our story isn't changing like her.
At first, we slept in different rooms.
But do you think it's appropriate for you to be sharing a bed on any level?
Well, we don't sleep in the same room.
His father?
But wait, there's more. His mom claims another man was at the hospital when the baby was born and was going to sign the birth certificate.
Why do you have so many doubts?
She gave us the doubt because she told us very plainly she came back to Indiana to give birth to Jordan. She had another man there while the baby was being delivered. That was her fiancé at the time.
The dad-son duo have a messy history. The son claims his dad arranged for Ms. Marsh to move to Georgia to be with him, but his dad just left him there and moved in with her.
It was after I had moved to Georgia to live with him and his dad to join the military. It's funny because I still have messages on my mom's phone from him saying, baby, I can't wait till you get.
You got those?
So now your father
he had her come down there.
Possibly sleeping with her too because he's the one that decided to have her come down?
Yes.
You're right.
And then he left Zachary in Georgia by himself.
Enter the DAD. Mr. Belding Sr. takes the stand and swears he has never, ever laid a finger on Amber Marsh.
Did you ever share a bed with Ms. Marsh?
Kind of. I mean, the schedules between her mother's schedule, my schedule, and Amber's schedule, there was always someone there to take care of the baby. It's a little frustrating. I feel kind of demeaned by it, and I have never, ever.
Now for the new boyfriend. Ms. Marsh's new man, Tyson, is in court and says he's been daddy every single day while the other guys were gone.
And you are Ms. Marsh's boyfriend, and you've been helping her raise Jordan?
Every day.
Every day?
Every single day.
Good job.
I'm daddy.
The ex's mom claps back at the new boyfriend, saying, she goes through men like you go through toilet paper, honey.
You won't be around long neither. She goes through men like you go through toilet paper, honey.
Yep.
Ask Matt Belding. He can testify that she's a hoe.
Oh, hold on, miss.
It's time for the DMA results for the father and son. Will this baby's dad also be her grandpa?
Is the father of 3-year-old Jordan Marsh. Mr. Belding Sr., you are not Jordan's father.
Thank you.
Already knew that.
First, the lie detector results. Ms. Marsh was asked if she ever got with her ex-boyfriend's father. What will the test reveal?
You were asked, have you ever had sexual intercourse with your ex-boyfriend's father, Mr. Belding Sr.? You said no, and the lie detector determined that is the truth.
Excuse me, Your Honor, she got me. You don't have to worry about that. If I'm a man, I'm gonna step up and do what I gotta do. My job is to protect you and to love you, to show you how a man's supposed to treat you,
This is so emotional. Mr. Jenkins has been searching for his daughter, Ms. Bond, for 24 years, and today they are meeting for the very first time.
Mr. Jenkins, you reached out to the court to open a case. You believe that you have a long-lost daughter and hoped to one day find her to prove you are father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we've located the woman you believe is your daughter, and she's here in court today.
but she doesn't believe him at all. She says she's never heard of him, his name isn't on her birth certificate, and her mom, who died in a car accident, never mentioned him.
Had you ever heard of Mr. Jenkins?
I've never heard of Mr. Jenkins. None of my family members have spoken on him. I also like to submit this as evidence. His name isn't even on my birth certificate.
You don't believe he's your father?
No, Your Honor. Never heard of him. No one has ever spoken of him. I've never seen any pictures. My mother never even spoke of him, brought him up in no conversations whatsoever.
He says he and her mom were in college together and so in love. He calls her banging and says she looked just like Lena Horne to him.
I've been looking for her over 24 years, Your Honor. Me and her mother was in college together. I'm telling you, she was banging. I mean, she had a nice big back porch on her. She had this pink jumpsuit on, and she used to wear this little black hat with an X on it. I mean, you know, that was like, she was like Lena Horne to me, you know.
Aww.
He brought proof. He pulls out an ultrasound picture of her that he has saved for 24 long years.
I like to submit this here to the court, Your Honor. It's an ultrasound picture that I used to go to hospital with her. I was excited. I said, I got my first child. I got a girl. You know, I was just blown away.
So this is an ultrasound picture of Ms. Bond?
Yes.
That you've saved all these years?
Over 24 years.
Her past is so sad. She breaks down, revealing she's homeless, struggling to get her own children back, and feels so alone after losing both her parents in an accident.
I lost my mother.
Take your time.
And my father, and I didn't have anybody. And I struggle, and I'm still struggling. I'm homeless. I'm trying to get my children, and I have no one on my side, and I just feel so alone. I feel like a part of me is really missing.
He gets super emotional and makes her a beautiful promise saying, "You got me now. I'm your man. My job is to protect you and love you."
Excuse me, Your Honor, she got me. You know, you don't have to worry about that. Because I'm a man, I'm gonna step up and do what I gotta do. My job is to protect you and to love you, to show you how a man's supposed to treat you.
He says he's been trying to find her for years. He claims he would go to her family's house, but they would make him wait out on the porch and wouldn't let him see her.
I used to go over one of your family members' house. I used to come over there every Christmas. I used to go there, kept me out on the porch, played crazy on me, played like she didn't know who I was. I knocked on doors. I'd like to submit one more thing to the court.
I have a Facebook page. If you went for social media, you could have found me.
This is so tragic. He says he finally got in touch with her mom when she was 8, but a week later, her mom died in the car accident before he could see her.
You didn't get to see her?
I didn't get to see her.
What happened?
I talked to her on the phone, and she said, in the next week or so, I'll let you see Andrea. I said, how she's doing? She's doing pretty good. A week later, I called her back at that number, and I had heard some bad news that she was in a bad car accident.
Oh my goodness.
So why did he start searching so hard now? He says he was inspired after the musician Prince died, and he wants to be able to leave his own legacy to his daughter.
You call this court every single day.
Not just a while back, you know, music artist Prince had died, and he didn't have any estate and nothing to leave any of his stuff to. So the things that I have, or the things that I accomplished in life, I would like to leave them to my daughter.
After 24 years of searching, a tragic accident, and a lifetime of pain, the DNA results are here. Is this the happy ending she's been waiting for?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Jenkins, you are her father.
Because I remember her mom talking about a David. That's your dad.
Who said David Watkins?
It was a David
My name
Watkins.
used to be David Watkins. I was adopted, and he changed my name to Watkins, and then when I got grown, I changed my name back to my dad's name.
After the man who raised her said, "I'm not your dad," Ms. Hannon's mother told her on her deathbed that another man, David Dorsey, was her real father.
Ms. Hannon, you grew up believing one man was your father until the age of 13 when he said, "I am not your daddy." Your mother then told you on her deathbed that another man, the defendant David Dorsey, is your biological father.
Today is the first time she's ever seen him, but when he walks into the courtroom, he goes right past her without a hug because he's sure he's not her dad.
She's been told that you are her biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
You walked through the doors, you walked right past her, no hug. You didn't even really look at her, acknowledge her.
I acknowledged her. I looked at her.
He drops a bombshell. He swears he's not her father because he has never met or even heard of her mother in his entire life. He doesn't recognize her picture at all.
You don't believe you're her biological father?
Not really, no, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I don't remember her mother at all.
You are standing here at the defendant's podium in this courtroom today saying you know you cannot be Miss Hannon's biological father because you have never met her mother. Miss Hannon, do you have a picture of your mother with you? Show that picture to Mr. Dorsey. Do you remember that woman?
No, ma'am.
But the godmother is here to spill the tea. She takes the stand and says she remembers Mr. Dorsey and that he used to bring her friend, the mom, lunch at work all the time.
Well, Your Honor, me and Fallon's mother, Veronica, we worked together. And Mr. Dorsey, I have seen him come to the job to bring her mom lunch. Her mom would talk about her baby daddy being David.
Here's a crazy twist. The godmother remembers the dad's name as David Watkins. Mr. Dorsey then admits his name used to be David Watkins before he was adopted.
Because I remember her mom talking about a David. That's your dad.
Oh wait, this is David Dorsey. You said David Watkins.
It was a David
My name
Watkins.
used to be David Watkins. I was adopted, and he changed my name to Watkins, and then when I got grown, I changed my name back to my dad's name.
Mr. Dorsey's other daughter, Melody, comes to court, and she's 100% convinced Ms. Hannon is her long-lost sister.
You know we are here discussing the paternity as it relates to Ms. Hannon.
Yes, I'm here to claim my sister. That's my sister.
She says her dad was a total Rolling Stone back in the day, known all over town as David Watkins, the Slayer of Woman. So it's totally possible he just forgot about her mom.
I don't mean to disrespect my dad, but my dad was a Rolling Stone, okay? So he was the man, and he was very known on the North Side for being David Watkins, you know, the Slayer of Women, you know? So.
The resemblance is insane. Melody says when she first saw a picture of Ms. Hannon on Facebook, she thought it was a picture of herself, about a good 50 pounds ago.
Went onto Facebook, you know, and I looked up her name, and when I seen her face, I was like, if that's not me, maybe about a good 50 pounds ago,
The sisterly bond is so strong. Before the results are even read, Ms. Dorsey tells Ms. Hannon, "You are my sister, period." And they share an emotional hug.
I love you. Okay, stop this, don't cry. Don't cry, it's gonna be okay, because like I told you before, you are my sister, period.
After a deathbed confession and a shocking case of amnesia, the DNA results are here. Is this Slayer of Women her father, or is the truth lost forever?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Dorsey, you are not the father. So
He drops a bombshell origin story. He claims he met her mother 28 years ago when he found her beaten and bloody on the side of a lake. He rescued her, and their traumatic encounter led to a one-night stand that he believes resulted in a daughter he never knew.
Well, started out that I was...
The secret gets even crazier. Years later, they all met again at church, where her mother confirmed Ms. Garcia was his daughter, but swore him to secrecy until the day she died.
when it comes to Cindy Lee Garcia, Mr. Johnston, you are not her father.
Receipts to court. Mr. Caldwell presents a color-coded cheating calendar that shows the days she slept with him versus the days she slept with her friend. And they were back-to-back.
Is when she was intimate with you. The 29th and 30th of July, that'd be back-to-back days.
The disrespect is unreal. Mr. Caldwell reveals that after all the cheating accusation and a mountain of drama, the DNA results will finally reveal the truth.
Do you believe you're the father?
No.
You don't?
No, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I haven't had sex with her.
Why would she just come up with your name like you the father?
I said because she assists with me. Everyone I talk to, she call him and tell him that I got her pregnant.
The drama exploded with a single phone call. The fiancé says she was blindsided when the ex, Ms. Pitts, called her up to drop the bombshell. "I'm pregnant by Robert."
Back in September 2012, I received a phone call from their 12-year-old daughter stating that Ms. Pitts would like to speak with me. So once I got the phone to speak with Ms. Pitts, she said, I'm not calling you to be messy. I need to speak with you on a matter. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. What's the matter? She was like, I'm pregnant by Robert.
In a shocking twist, the ex reveals she was moments away from giving the baby up for adoption. With her hand on the dotted line, her family rushed in and convinced her to keep the child her husband promised to raise as his own.
When I gave birth to my daughter, my sister was at the hospital with me also. My hand was on the dotted line. My aunt came in and told me that she wasn't gonna let me get my child up for adoption. At that moment, I called my husband and talked to him about it. And he told me he didn't want me to get my baby up. He was gonna be there for my daughter.
He claims he's innocent and she's just obsessed with him. Mr. Slater swears he hasn't slept with his ex in years, but she fires back, "You ain't saying that when you was in my bed."
Do you believe you're the father?
No.
You don't?
No, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I haven't had sex with her.
Why would she just come up with your name like you the father?
I said because she assists with me. Everyone I talk to, she call him and tell him that I got her pregnant.
The courtroom erupts into chaos. The fighting between the women gets so intense that the bailiff has to step in and physically stand between them to keep order.
I'm
okay,
a slave.
let's be respectful.
You weren't saying that we was just in my bed.
I can't say it.
I don't want to, baby. You can have what you keep sleeping with if you don't want.
Let's get
got everything in my
sleep.
I can't tell. You still
Jerome, please go stand between the two ladies.
Just when you think it can't get messier, the fiancé drops a bombshell of her own. While their engagement was on pause over this drama, she also ended up pregnant by him.
Or when did your engagement?
I put it on pause then, too, and then somehow I ended up
Let him say
pregnant.
they wasn't engaged, Your Honor.
I just had a baby in 2014 by this guy.
And so once you found out you were pregnant, you decided to stay with Mr. Slater.
Try to pan everything out and work on it.
Even the judge has had enough of his lies. After Mr. Slater repeatedly yells, "She's a lie," about everyone, the judge slams him saying, "Now I'm starting to believe you the lie."
Every time somebody testifies to something in this courtroom, the first thing out your mouth is she's a lie. Now I'm starting to believe you the lie. You're gonna have to come up with some testimony in here that makes some sense. Because every time I turn around and ask you a question, you can't recall.
The fiancé lays down a final ultimatum. She tells the court that his bags are already pre-packed, and if the results prove he's the father, it's bye for good.
Right about now, I can't even say if she's his, he getting his walking papers. Good. He's already pre-packed.
Pre-packed?
Yes.
So if the results indicate he is the father,
it's bye.
Okay.
With a wedding hanging in the balance, the judge holds the envelope that contains everyone's future. Is he the father? And is this engagement over forever?
When it comes to 1-year-old Primrose Harmony Pitts, Mr. Slater, you are her father.
When I got that phone call, I was wondering, where would you get this from out of 30 years? If she can find out that I'm not her father out of 30 years, somebody could have told me. And I was with her mother every night.
In a shocking courtroom showdown, a woman has brought the man who raised her to court to prove he's not her father. She's so convinced another man is her real dad that he's waiting in the hallway to take his own DNA test.
Ms. Miller, you've summoned the defendant, Mr. White, to court to prove to him that he is not your biological father, even though he has believed he's your father your entire life.
Yes, Your Honor.
The man you now say is your father is waiting in the hallway and will join us in court in a moment.
The lifelong secret began with a chilling confession. As a teenager, she overheard her mother admit, "I don't know who your dad is," planting a seed of doubt that would haunt her for years.
And once I found out what they were, my mom and my grandmother was in the bedroom, and I said I wanted to go to my dad's house, Mr. Wright. So my mom, her back was turned to me, and she said, "I don't know who your dad is," and that she believed more so that Mr. Wright is than Mr. White is.
She was forced to live a painful double life. To keep her two dads from discovering each other, she completely erased herself from social media, terrified that a single photo from a family barbecue would expose the 30-year lie.
I don't even have social sites now, because if I do family barbecues, which I spend a lot of time with Mr. Wright's side, from barbecues to parties, birthdays, and I don't do that with Mr. White. Other family members on Mr. White's side, I don't want them to run back and tell him who is this man Miranda's calling her dad, or to raise a lot of drama.
Two fathers are left heartbroken and confused. Mr. White, who was with her mother every night for years, is stunned. Meanwhile, Mr. Wright had no idea another man even existed.
When I got that phone call, I was wondering, where would you get this from out of 30 years? If she can find out that I'm not her father out of 30 years, somebody could have told me. And I was with her mother every night.
The evidence seems clear when a photo is revealed. Ms. Miller presents a picture showing an insane resemblance to Mr. Wright's entire family, from her freckles down to her nose.
I look so much like his entire family. From my grandmother to my auntie, his entire family looks just like me. The freckles, everything, we just look so much alike, the nose. I just believe in me being around him so much.
But a bombshell twist throws everything into chaos. When a side-by-side photo of her and Mr. White is shown, she's shocked to see an undeniable resemblance to him as well.
Submitted another photo to the court because you said you also feel like you look like Mr. White.
Oh wow, I never seen it side by side like that.
And you see a resemblance there as well.
Her heart and her mind are at war. After seeing the pictures, she admits that while her heart has always believed Mr. Wright is her dad, her gut feeling is gone, and the truth is completely in the air.
What that must feel like for you.
God, my heart is racing. I'm so nervous because now, that's why I said I'm here to seek my truth, because once seeing both of those pictures, wow, I don't even know in my heart anymore. When my heart, I feel like Mr. Wright is my dad.
After 30 years of secrets, the results are finally in the judge's hand. Two men have loved her as a daughter, but only one can be her biological father. Which man's world is about to be shattered forever?
It has been determined by this court. Ms. Miller's biological father is Mr. White.
She's in court suing him for over $4,000 in baby expenses, but he says he's already bought her everything she asked. Her mom is here to defend her. She says he called her during the pregnancy and promised to be there for his daughter, no matter what.
And that was it. That was the end of the...
Harvey. Mr. Harvey, you are not her father. Mr. McKee, you never heard from Miss Thomas again during the whole pregnancy.
I haven't heard from her, Your Honor.
All while she was pregnant?
All while she was pregnant.
So you weren't there when the baby was born?
No, Your Honor.
This whole mess started on a dating app. Ms. Thomas and Mr. McKee hooked up, and now she's in court to prove he's the father of her baby boy, Carson.
Ms. Thomas, you and the defendant, Mr. McKee, met on an online dating website, and the conversation quickly jumped offline and into Mr. McKee's bed. You believed you were in a committed relationship with the defendant and was devastated when he denied your pregnancy.
But he says he wasn't looking for a relationship. He claims he was just having fun, but she fell for him after just a month.
I wasn't ready, Your Honor.
Tell me about it, though. You know, a lot of times we're in situations like this where there are two people on two different pages. I hear a lot of times when women say, you know, I was to him, and then the man will say, well, I wasn't committed to her, or even vice versa. Sometimes, you know, the man is committed and faithful, and the woman is.
How did she tell him she was pregnant? She sent him a picture of the positive test, and he replied, whatever you decide to do, just let me know, and then blocked her.
I said, let me take a pregnancy test. So I took a pregnancy test. I took a picture of it, and I sent it to him through text message. He was like, what is this? I like a pregnancy test. He's like, oh, okay, so whatever you decide to do, just let me know.
But she called me when she was like 3 months pregnant. I know I got a phone call, I was at work. I told her I'd call her back, but I ended up blocking her number.
He was a total ghost. He had no contact with her for the entire pregnancy and wasn't even there for the birth.
Mr. McKee, you never heard from Miss Thomas again during the whole pregnancy.
I haven't heard from her, Your Honor.
All while she was pregnant?
All while she was pregnant.
So you weren't there when the baby was born?
No, Your Honor.
His big reason for doubt is the baby's looks. He says the baby is too light-skinned and has different features, even joking that he looks like Donald Trump.
So, Mr. McKee, she sent you a text with the picture of the baby. Your first response was what?
The baby look like he can be for Donald Trump.
Like, really?
But that's not all. He says because she already has 7 other kids, he thinks she's probably getting with a lot of other guys too.
Who else you think she might be me?
You feel like because she has more than one child, that she potentially was entertaining a lot of different men. And so it's not just you she was sleeping. Is that what you're trying to say?
1 month.
Oh, now I get what you say. Okay, could you just talk?
She swears she wasn't with anyone else. She says her other kids' fathers were all black, so there's no way the baby could be so light unless it was his.
I meet you April the 1st, and April the 20th, we getting it in. It ain't gonna take long.
It's because she had sex with you so quickly that you felt like, well, maybe this is the type of person or type of woman who's also having sex with other people.
But when we first started off,
his own family is divided. His mom thinks the baby looks like him, but his aunt told her to go find the real father.
Do you feel like there's a resemblance?
My mama say it can be mine, but my auntie says she need to find the dad of that baby.
Okay, so even in your own family, the response has been...
Right.
It's hard.
It's off.
Carson's 8 months old, so you've been doing this all this time?
Yes, ma'am.
He's got his own drama. He already has 1 daughter and has 2 more kids on the way with 2 different women, who are sisters.
So do you have any other kids, Mr. McKee?
I have a daughter. I have 2 more on the way.
Right.
With your spouse or your girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
So the children were planned. So you have twins really? On the way?
No, not twins, but 2 different women.
But wait, after the results are read, she drops a final bombshell, revealing that the real father is actually her ex from before she even met Mr. McKee.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. McKee, you are not the father.
Are you serious?
This whole mess started when Mr. Matlock left town for just 1 week to visit his son. When he came back, his girlfriend, Ms. Monroe, had already moved her ex into their house.
Mr. Matlock.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that a few years back you were suddenly called away on family business.
Cheating. They got back together, and then a month and a half later, she dropped the bombshell that she was pregnant.
Okay.
At first, she told him he was not the father, but now she's in court trying to prove that he is. What a tangled web of lies.
We sit down, we have the discussion. I asked her point blank, am I the father of the child? Who's
and
the baby daddy?
Honest, right?
She
and
looked at me and said,
honest.
you're not the father. Real talk.
He's been paying child support for 4 years. He says he missed the first court date and was named the dad by default. And now he's paying $360 a month for a kid.
Amount of $360 a month.
The child support has ruined his life. He says it destroyed his marriage to another woman and forced him to get a second job just to make the payments.
In the beginning, me and Deshaun, we weren't really serious when we had our first son. I did cheat on him in the beginning.
This poor dude, Mr. Mitchell, is so fed up. He's in court to get DNA tests for his 2 sons because his wife, Ms. Dalton, has put him and the kids through a lot.
Mr. Mitchell, you are petitioning the court for 2 DNA tests to determine if you are the father of your estranged wife's 2 children. 2-year-old Deshaun Jr. and 1-year-old Bishop.
He's a total stand-up guy. Even with all his doubts, he has full custody of both little boys and is raising them all on his own.
You currently have custody of the 2 boys, so the stakes of today's results couldn't be higher.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's got some nerve. She tries to play the victim, claiming she was forced to leave her home. But he says she's the one who walked out with another man, telling him to take the kids.
What she did is she left with another man. She just came home one day, Your Honor, and just said, here are your kids, take the kids, and just walked out.
There was something that happened, and
That's what
I was forced to leave my home.
Nobody forced her to leave. When she left me, Your Honor, and left the kids and walked out, Your Honor, I was on our city bus in the freezing.
She's a cheater, and she knows it. She admits she was getting with another man at the very beginning of their relationship, right when their first son was made.
In the beginning, me and Deshaun, we weren't really serious when we had our first son. I did cheat on him in the beginning.
How did he find out? He says the other man called her phone, and when he confronted her, she lied and said it was just her cousin.
I happened to end up finding out once we was over my sister's house. Some guy calls her phone, Your Honor. So when the guy calls her phone, I'm like, who is that? It's her cousin. That's what she says. It's my cousin. So when I said, okay.
The other man spilled all the tea. Mr. Mitchell says he made her call the guy back, and the man confessed they had been together without protection and that she might be pregnant.
I asked her to call him back. Once she calls him back, he talking about they been having sex and he ain't been using condoms and she may be pregnant. This what he's saying, Your Honor.
There was never
You spoke to him?
But he's a good guy. Even with all those red flags, he still signed the first son's birth certificate because he wanted to believe her.
He was born?
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
Your Honor, I did.
You did?
Yes. I wanted to believe her, Your Honor. I really did.
He was there the whole pregnancy and the whole 9 in every room and everything.
Was he expressing doubt to you?
No, he was not, and that's why it came to me that he even thought.
The cheating never stopped. He says she was with 3 or 4 other men and that she even got with a Keo worker right before their second son was born.
Mr. Mitchell, what is this doubt based on?
Your Honor, it's the cheating that she's constantly been doing, Your Honor. It's been 3, maybe 4 guys that she done cheated on me with. Probably 3 since we've been married.
And then after Deshaun was born, you all obviously stayed together because not long after, you have another child.
Correct.
She admits it again. She confesses that she did get with the co-worker, but tries to excuse it by saying their relationship was going through a rocky period.
So, yes, I did cheat with the guy, and I'm not saying that I didn't.
Your Honor, I came home one day, Your Honor. Guy is sitting on my couch, Your Honor.
On your couch?
And she done made dinner or lunch, whatever you want to call it, for this guy.
Judge Lake has 2 envelopes that will change everything. Will this man who stepped up be rewarded with the truth, or is he about to have his heart broken twice?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Mitchell, you are Bishop's father.
Cause that's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
This whole heartbreaking story starts with Ms. Hooker, who is trying to prove her late ex-boyfriend Keyshawn is her baby's dad. But his mom, Miss Baker, is here to prove he's not.
Ms. Hooker, you are here with your mother because you say the defendant's son, Mr. Abraham, fathered your 10-month-old daughter, Kanaya. You say that Ms. Baker and her family's denial of this child has caused you pain, and you are here for an apology and to prove her son is the father.
The family's doubt is fueled by some really nasty rumors, including the fact that Keyshawn's own sister cruelly said baby Kanaya was too fat to be his baby.
It's not Miss Baker who denies Kenaya, it's her family who makes my daughter feel some type of way. It's not Miss Baker. She was too fat to be his baby. She fat like them, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Never from Miss Baker. It's always family who always have something to say about my grandbaby.
But Grandma Baker says her late son told her directly that he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Ms. Hooker. Was she with someone else behind his back?
But then when we finally found out for sure
He told me, he said he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Denaya.
Okay.
Keyshawn allegedly heard from another guy that he was also with Ms. Hooker while he was away. Was she really juggling 2 men at once?
On a Sunday, and he died that Friday.
I'm so very sorry.
He just told me to promise him that we was gonna get a test done because of what the other young man said, and you know.
What did the other young man say?
He told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denaya.
But Ms. Hooker swears she was loyal to Keyshawn and claims he only ever denied the baby when they were in a fight.
You know, 'cause that's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
The family feud gets ugly. Keyshawn's sister says she can't even look at the baby because it's just a painful reminder that my brother's not here.
For me personally, to look at the baby because it's just a reminder that my brother's not here. So it's not about her and her feeling. When she does come around, it is a sense of sadness for me. So it's not that somebody looking at her crazy, dealing with
the ultimate act of disrespect. Baby Kanaya's name was completely left out of her alleged father's obituary after he was tragically murdered.
I came here because this is what I promised my baby, and it's gonna be done.
And the truth is, Ms. Baker, and you're right.
Right now.
You're right.
Judge, my daughter really feels some type of way. It's not that she feels some type of way. It's like she more hurt behind the obituary. And Miss Carolyn has explained to her about the obituary, how the obituary went. But in her heart, she feel like Miss Bland left her out of the obituary on purpose.
But she makes a promise. If the baby is his, she will personally go back to the funeral home and have the obituaries reprinted with Kanaya's name included.
Since she got left out the obituary, I have already told them if it comes back saying Kenaya belongs to Keyshawn, I'm going directly back to the funeral home and get a set of obituaries made. So when this baby grow up and she read her dad's obituary, there's her name.
The courtroom is dead silent. Will this baby be welcomed into a grieving family, or will she be rejected and left fatherless forever?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Baker, Mr. Abraham, and Kenaya Abraham is 0%.
and this is why right here.
You know, we're here discussing baby Hazel,
yes, ma'am,
her paternity, and Ms. Jones asserts that your son is her biological father. Do you believe that? You do?
I do.
Please.
I absolutely do.
Tell the court why.
Well,
this whole mess starts with Mr. Joyner, a military vet who was in court to prove he's not the father of Ms. Jones's baby, Hazel, after what he says was just a casual fling.
Mr. Joyner, you say you are a responsible U.S. military veteran who would never neglect a call and are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father.
But she says they were in a serious relationship. He was with her every day, and she was even cooking and cleaning for him.
Yes, ma'am. I know the situation because she used to take my car and go over there and visit him and stay sometimes this night and everything with him. I even went over there to his residence, spent the weekend and everything with them.
He's a total dog. He admits he didn't even know her name the first night they got together and only planned for it to be a temporary thing.
We were dating.
Your Honor, I would not say we was dating in any kind of serious relationship. I met her our place where we worked at. It was a restaurant. I mean, hell, the first night I brought her home, Your Honor, I didn't even know her name. I mean, just to be honest.
His big reason for doubt? He claims in his 12 years of being with women, he has never gotten anyone pregnant. So he thinks it's impossible for him to be the dad.
It's not my baby. It is not my baby. I am a U.S. veteran. I am a military veteran, and I do take care of my responsibility.
Do you have other children?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Grandma is all in. She says the baby looks just like him and that she's already bought a ring with her potential granddaughter's birthstone on it.
They brought her to see me when she was 2 days old. Olivia, I didn't find out till 2 weeks before that she was pregnant. When you
so your son never told you?
Never. You know, you just know. I have a grandmother's ring I got in April. It has Hazel's name and birthstone right with the rest of my grandkids.
But he says his doubt is real because of a past heartbreak. He once raised another child he thought was his, only for a DNA test to prove he wasn't the father.
Your Honor, I have this to say. Not too long ago, a couple years ago, in West Virginia, where I moved from, there was another situation just similar to this one right here. Girl said that she had a baby, you know, it was mine, all this. And I mean, this baby looked identical to me. Identical. I thought so myself. I got attached to this baby, and the test results came in, and it was negative.
His mom is not having it. She says she's ashamed of him for denying the baby, and that he needs to be a man and step up.
Miss Jones' child, baby Hazel, is your biological child. Why do you think your mother's saying that?
I don't know, maybe just deep down she's ready for me to have a kid. I mean, she's
Hell no,
ready for
you're
me.
not
I don't know.
responsible to have
You know what I mean? My little brother, he has 2 of them, and I don't have any.
He's been a total deadbeat so far. The mom says he hasn't bought a single diaper, and the baby doesn't even have a crib to sleep in.
Needs to grow up, and denying it is not going to help. You're missing every day that you don't.
Sounds like your mother has stepped up in your absence thus far because she is 8 months old.
I was helping Olivia from day one. Been there and bought that baby diapers, clothes for me from day one when neither one of them would.
I was buying things for Hazel when nobody was.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will Grandma get her wish, or is this man who's been hurt before about to be proven right?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Joyner, you are the father.
I found out I was pregnant, I called DeMarcus and let DeMarcus know I'm pregnant right now, and it's a possibility that it's Ladarius' baby or your baby. DeMarcus told me to come home.
So you got back together with Mr. Patterson.
Because me and Ladarius were like oil and water, and we could not do it.
This poor dude, Mr. Patterson, is so hurt, he raised 4-year-old DeMarcus Jr. from birth. But now his ex, Ms. Knight, is saying another man could be the real dad.
Mr. Patterson, you opened your case today to prove that you 4-year-old DeMarcus Patterson Jr.'s biological father.
But she claims she was honest from the start. She says she told him when she got pregnant that there was a 50-50 chance the baby wasn't his.
I let DeMarcus know when I got pregnant that there was a possibility that I could be pregnant by someone else.
How did this all start? She says she left Mr. Patterson after he cheated on her and immediately got with the other man, Mr. Sigler.
DeMarcus ended up cheating on me within the time we were together, and I ended up leaving with Ladarius, the alleged father. Basically, we didn't work out at all. So I called DeMarcus to let him know, hey, I could be pregnant by Ladarius and you. And DeMarcus like, well, I want to be with you.
But then she got back with Mr. Patterson while she was still with Mr. Sigler. This is a total mess.
As I found out I was pregnant, I called DeMarcus and let DeMarcus know I'm pregnant right now, and it's a possibility that it's Ladarius' baby or your baby. DeMarcus told me come home.
So you got back together with Mr. Patterson.
Because me and Ladarius were like oil and water and could not do it.
He was so sure the baby was his. He was at the hospital for the birth and says when he held his son for the first time, all his doubts went away.
I've been there since birth, since he came out the womb, since he entered this world. When the doctor first, held him up and finally gave him to him, I witnessed him just completely quit crying and looked me dead in my eyes. And at that moment, I knew I became someone's father. So at that moment, all the doubts that we had before, I just knew they were just out the window and just it was gonna leave us a happy family.
But she says he's a liar. She claims he's the one who demanded to name the baby after himself and refused to get a DNA test.
Why give in to the name and name this child after him because knowing that there's a possibility?
I was in love with him. We were together all the time. He demanded it, that's what he wanted. He denied the DNA test. So I'm like, you know what?
We're gonna roll with this.
Let's go with it.
The family situation is just bizarre. The other man's mother is Ms. Knight's godmother, and they've all been raising the little boy together like one big happy family.
Felicia, that is your witness here.
My godmom.
That's Mr. Sigler's mother.
Right.
So that's the other guy's mother. And so you said Miss Sigler is your godmother.
Right.
So the other possible father is your god brother?
Right.
Oh.
Ladarius.
Are you making this look bad?
Surprise. The other man, Mr. Sigler, is in court. He says he's the one who told her she was pregnant and took her to the clinic to find out for sure.
DeMarcus Jr.'s biological father?
Yes, ma'am. In the midst of me and Kaylin having dealings or intimacy, I was the one who told her she was pregnant. And when I told her she was pregnant, she said, well, if you feel like that, take me to the clinic.
This is so sad. The little boy calls both men daddy, and now his whole world is about to be turned upside down.
And so in the last 4 years, has Mr. Patterson been there for DeMarcus?
He's been there.
He had. DeMarcus Jr. called Mr. Patterson daddy?
Yeah.
He do look at both of us like fathers.
Does he call you daddy too?
Yes, ma'am.
So the child is calling two men daddy?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. DeMarcus, I don't care how he acted. After this, find out he ain't daddy, he ain't going nowhere.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this big, happy family stay together, or will one man be left heartbroken?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Sigler.
Correct.
Who jumped out the window?
She did.
I was trying to get free from him.
But see, the whole
He's
thing
crazy.
is, she leave the house every time. It's always when a private call come, or it's after 3 a.m. That's the only time he able to get away from his wife, so-called.
What?
And with that said,
this relationship is a total disaster. Ms. Hotto is in court to prove her ex, Mr. Andrews, is the father of their baby, but he's sure she's a serial cheater.
Ms. Hadel, after 8 years off and on with the defendant, the two of you called it quits just 3 months ago because he denies your 1-year-old daughter, Amarella. Now, you want to prove to him that he is her biological father.
But she says he's the real cheater. She claims he got another woman pregnant while they were living together.
9 months into our relationship, pregnated another female while he was living with me. I moved to Kansas and got away from him. We then started our relationship back. I had planned on having another child with him.
His big reason for doubt? He snooped on her phone and found a bunch of sexual text messages from another man.
You saw sexual text messages from another man. Is that correct?
correct.
Explain.
The same person who I sent you this text message from is the same guy who she was having an affair with all along from the whole get-go. So when I seen that text message, my whole thought process was...
But the drama gets even crazier. He claims she once jumped out of their window at 3 in the morning after getting a private phone call.
Correct.
Who jumped out the window?
She did.
Trying to get free from him.
But see, the whole
He's
thing
crazy.
is, she leave the house every time. It's always when a private call come, or it's after 3 a.m. That's the only time he able to get away from his wife, so-called.
What?
And with that said,
her wild excuse for the window escape, she says he was barricading my front door, and she had to leave to get some comfort.
I get that you all were in a bad place in your relationship, but does trust have to do with playing Wonder Woman and jumping out the window?
I couldn't walk out my front door because he was barricading my front door.
Where were you going?
I was going to find comfort.
He's got more proof. He says he found a bunch of unused condoms in her car. What was she planning to do with those?
Found a condom
So at
in
least
the car.
I was using protection and it ain't.
but she know I'm the one who take my daughter to daycare every morning. I don't want to get dressed, take daycare every morning. Little dirty people couldn't even take the condom and throw it away.
The ultimate betrayal. He claims she even admitted to him that there were 2 other men who could be the baby's father.
A couple times.
Number 4. 4 months ago, Ms. Hadel told me about other potential fathers.
Correct.
Really?
And out of spite, she just go to running her mouth, and when she get mad, she'll tell on herself.
Full of it.
She says that's a lie. She claims she only agreed with him that there were other men because he wouldn't stop accusing her.
No, Honor, this is what I said, and I'm gonna let you know what happened. He was saying this person and this person is her daddy. I said, okay.
Because you was having
And
affairs with both of
okay,
them.
then
Because she was having
no, I
affairs with
was
both
not.
guys.
Either way, so I just agreed with him because that's what he wanted to hear. So I said, okay. Like, I'm done arguing with you. Okay, then.
And you think I would, so you...
He was there for the birth and even cut the umbilical cord, but he says he still had doubts in the back of his mind the whole time.
Another female pregnant in the same town that we're living in. I'm about to give birth a month later. He was there, got to see this first child born out of whatever 6 or 7 children that he does have. This is the first child that he got to see born. So that was very special for him, me as well, having him there.
But he's got his own secrets. She claims he has 3 other kids with other women that he's been hiding from her.
He has 2 other children. 3 other children outside of the relationship?
During our relationship.
No.
What kind of mess is this?
She's lying.
Right.
She's lying. She's lying.
You're gonna get the side eye now.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this chaotic couple finally get the answer they need to move on?
Determined by this court, Mr. Andrews, you are the father.
That's when I should have known that.
But at some point you found out.
Yes.
2 weeks later,
And
but
I
you
still,
continue.
and I still continue.
We 4 years
yes,
now?
I did. By then, I felt like I was stuck. I was young, and I felt like I was stuck.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Phillips, who is suing her ex, Mr. Gibbs, for over $1,000 in baby expenses for their daughter Jordan because he refuses to help out.
Ms. Phillips, you are suing your ex-boyfriend for $1,000 in child care expenses you claim he has ignored since denying that he is the father of your 2-month-old daughter Jordan, whom he refuses to meet.
But he says he has every reason to doubt her. He claims she has a history of being with other men and didn't live up to his standards.
You claim that Ms. Phillips did not live up to your standards and has a long history of sexual promiscuity. You believe you are not father of her baby and therefore owe her nothing.
Their relationship was a total roller coaster. He says he kicked her out after a spiritual convention, but she says he's the one who was playing games.
I think it started for me when, he went to this convention, a spiritual convention, and he came home that night. He was just like, you gotta go.
I just must stop you. You're in a relationship. He's the one for me.
That's how I felt.
But she admits she did cheat on him. She says she felt stuck in the the relationship because of his own cheating and just wanted to get back at him.
That's when I should have known that the relationship
But at
was
some
gonna
point you
progress.
found out.
Yes.
2 weeks later,
And
but
I
you
still-
continued.
but- and I
3
still
years, we 4 years
yes,
now?
I did because by then I felt like I was stuck. I was young and I felt like I was stuck.
His sister Orion takes the stand. She says she found it super weird that Ms. Phillips disappeared to another state for 2 weeks while she was pregnant.
Okay, well, first of all, it's just too much between the both of them, back and forth. This has been going on for a year. And when my brother first told me that she was pregnant and that she did have a child, I thought it was strange that she left and went to Tampa, because I felt like, okay, well, if it is his baby, you're not just keeping it away from him, but you're keeping it away from the rest of his family too.
But Ms. Phillips says she only left to get away from all the stress and drama he was causing her during the pregnancy.
Couldn't do it no more, Your Honor. All the drama he would take. I was pregnant. I wasn't trying to be the pregnant.
It was stressing you out.
Yeah, trying to be stressed out. I was not trying to be stressed by him, and he know why, because he first came off denying it. Then we get argument after argument.
But the mom says her daughter is a good person who just made some bad choices and that he's not perfect either.
She's saying, oh, I can't take it no more, but look what we've been going through for the past 3 years of chaos.
And I was pregnant then.
So you're gonna get pregnant, but then now you take off right when things are getting...
To go to Florida, and what did you think?
I thought it was strange because, I mean, pregnant by someone and I wanted that person to step up, and even if I'm having problems with that, I'm gonna think about my child.
He's been a total deadbeat so far. She says he hasn't given her a single penny for the baby, and she had to pay for everything herself.
I wouldn't just leave while I'm pregnant, because that's just not natural
Well, the
to
baby
me.
comes first, and my baby's health is important to me. If I'm stressed out, of course, I mean, it's anything that can happen when you're pregnant. If you got a child, you will know. Then when you're pregnant, you can't be straight.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will he be on the hook for over $1,000, or will he get the last laugh?
This court has determined that you are her father. So after he didn't show up with the leasing office,
I left.
And how soon after you were intimate with Mr. Sensabaugh did you go down to see your ex?
It was soon.
It was soon. So you're admitting to that?
Yes.
Is that evidence you have for me? Jerome, will you pass that?
This whole mess starts with Mr. Sensabaugh, a man who has survived being shot twice and now just wants to know if Ms. Brown's baby is his.
Ms. Montoya, you and your son, Mr. Sensabaugh, claim you've been lied to by the defendant about the paternity of her child on numerous occasions.
Yes, Your Honor.
But she says he's just a total mama's boy who let his mom break them up because he wouldn't even sign a lease for their new apartment.
I didn't know that Gregory was such a mother's boy and that I was dealing with his mother.
How am I a mother's boy?
I would be dealing with his mother. I didn't lay with her, I laid with him. We had a conversation and he had said that he was ready to, so I had found an apartment. I had an apartment that was ready for us to sign the paperwork.
But he says their relationship was never serious and that she was still talking to her ex the whole time they were together.
Like the relationship, she was still talking to her, you feel me, her ex, you feel me? So like, what was I supposed to
Greg,
do?
you know the honest to God truth that you told me you was ready to settle down.
She admits it. Just a week after they broke up, she went to another state and got with her ex, who is now the other possible father.
So after he didn't show up with the leasing office, and how soon after you were intimate with Mr. Sensabaugh did you go down to see your ex?
It was soon.
So you're admitting to that?
Yes.
Is that evidence you have for me? Jerome, will you pass that?
She's a total liar. The grandma says she caught her in a lie about taking a plane to see the other man when she actually drove.
But even looking at this calendar, it lets me know that she even lied about something else because I was told she took a plane to Oklahoma, and then when she got off the plane, she was throwing up, I guess, experiencing morning sickness. Now here we go, you drove.
Greg knew.
You told me. I don't know what you told Greg or what
I never told you that I took a plane to Oklahoma.
But here's the craziest part. They already took a home DNA test, and it came back that he was not the father.
The timeline of lies is week 1. I purchased the DNA test, to which she agreed to take. 8 weeks, 2 months for her to send it in. And the whole 2 months, she said, I sent it. Finally, she sends it in the DNA sample. Week 11, the results came in. I got an email in the middle of the night.
And what did the results say?
That there was 0 probability of paternity.
So why are they in court? Because she admits she faked that first test. She says she swapped one of her other kids' DNA samples to trick him.
I get told by my son that she said she lied and that she swapped one of her other kids on purpose so that he wouldn't be the father.
Wait a minute. Miss Brown, did you say this?
I said that out of being upset.
So once again,
and him talking crazy.
Once again,
cussing me out. And
His mom is heartbroken. She says this whole mess has torn her up and she just wants the truth for her son, who has already been through so much.
at the end of the day, My son got shot once. He got shot again after these results. That's week 14. Maybe by week 19, he was shot again and almost died. So here we are. We have still a child up in the air, and that's what brings us here to paternity court.
Do you hope she's your grandchild?
I don't know.
But Ms. Brown says the grandma is the real problem. She claims the grandma has been lying on her and trying to keep her son away from his responsibilities.
This is my son. I can lose him at any given time. He's been shot twice. Who's to say the third time isn't gonna be it? My son almost died when he was 2 weeks old. So if she wants to consider him a mama's boy, that's with him getting shot.
The poor baby, Malaya, is caught in the middle of all this. The grandma says the baby looks just like her, and she's been so excited to be a grandma.
Why are you so emotional, Mrs. Montoya? What are you feeling?
I don't know. I don't know what to feel. I just want the truth to come out.
Like, and another reason is because the baby looked like it favors me. So I was just thinking, like, why I can't be in my child's life if that's my child? Like, it looked like me.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this man who has survived so much finally get the peace he's looking for?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Sensabaugh, you are not her father.
And get her name what it's supposed to be, Ava Jashay Miller, and that meant so much to my son, and that's why I know it, because I lost a daughter, and her name was Ashaya. She was 15. They was very close, so that's where her name come from.
This whole sad story starts with Ms. Kyle, who is in court to prove to her late boyfriend's mother, Ms. Light, that her son James is the father of her baby, Ava.
Ms. Kiles, you have opened your case to prove to the defendant that her deceased son, James, is your 14-month-old daughter, Ava's biological father. You state that you know the defendant is in pain due to the loss of her son, but so are you, and want nothing more than to give her closure.
But the grandma, Miss Light, says her son had big doubts. He told her that another man once answered Ms. Kyle's phone and claimed he was Ava's father.
Ms. Light, you say Ms. Kyles is a pathological liar, and you claim that as much as you would love for a piece of your son to be here, you don't trust baby Ava belongs to him.
But
the doubt is still eating away at you.
It's killing me. It was just a lot going on. He came to me so many times, hurt after he moved her to Oklahoma.
She totally denies it. Ms. Kyle swears their arguments were never about other people and that he never doubted the baby was his.
And so, Ms. Kyles, did another man answer the phone?
That never happened. Me and James never had any fights or arguments about any females, any males. I was hormonal.
But here's a crazy twist. Ms. Kyle admits that after the baby was born, she tried to give her away to a family member who named her Skylar.
When do you let him know that the baby's here?
I decided to give Ava away to a family member, and she named Ava Skylar.
She says she got the baby back and changed her name to Ava, which is what she and James had originally picked out together.
She took her back to Chicago. A week later, I wanted my baby back. She didn't want to give her to me, so I had to call my mother to get her back. She got her immediately. My mom went to go get her. My mom dropped Ava off to Miss Lighthouse, where James was staying at.
He loved that baby so much. The grandma reveals that her son got Ava tattooed right on his face to show his love for his little girl.
Because my son had tatted on his face, Ava Jashay. My son would have told me something. My son would have got the baby's name changed if he had known.
The story is so tragic. The grandma says James was raising Ava as his own and even had her in the car with him on the day he was tragically murdered.
He was raised, she was with her daddy. Y'all was in Illinois at this point. She was with her father when he passed away. She was in a car.
The birth certificate is a total mess. The grandma found a text message that revealed the baby's legal name is still Skylar, and she doesn't even have James's last name.
She didn't have to tell me this, but my grandbaby name is not Ava Jashay. Her name is Skylar Angel, and that's how I found out a couple of weeks ago. On my son's obituary and everything is Ava Jashay Miller.
She says if the baby is her son's, she wants to legally change her name to Ava Jashay Miller, a name that has special meaning to their family.
And get her name what it's supposed to be, Ava Jashay Miller, and that meant so much to my son, and that's why I know it, because I lost a daughter, and her name was Ashaya. She was 15. They was very close, so that's where her name come from.
Judge Lake has the results. Will this grieving grandma get the news she's been praying for, or is more heartbreak on the way?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Light and Skylar Ava is 99%. You are... So you can blame yourself.
No, this is his fault. This is his fault, and this is her fault. And my thing is this: he's been doing things with women. This just a pinch of it compared to what I've been going through in the last 7.5 years. She was one we got into it because she contacted me.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Humphreys, who is in court to prove her ex, Mr. Cook, is the father of her baby, Tyler. But her new man, Mr. Mosley, is also in the mix.
Ms. Humphreys, you are in court to prove that Mr. Mosley fathered your 2-month-old son, Tyler, while he was separated from the mother of his children.
She admits she was getting with both men at the same time, and even says she didn't use protection with either of them.
Because at the time when I got conceived, we were sexual. That was like the end of August, beginning of September.
Were you having sex with anyone else during that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
But she says she was more sexual with Mr. Mosley, which is why she thinks he's the one. What does that even mean?
But you also were having sex with the other guy during that time as
Yes.
well. Do you consider him as a potential father as well?
I mean, he could be, but I was more sexual, Mr. Mosley.
His other girlfriend, Miss Robinson, is in court, and she is not happy. She's totally fed up with all the drama and just wants this mess to be over.
So you can blame yourself.
No, this is his fault. This is his fault, and this is her fault. And my thing is this: he's been doing things with women. This is the pinch of it compared to what I've been going through in the last 7.5 years. She was one we got into it because she contacted me.
But here's the crazy part. Even though he has a whole other girlfriend, Mr. Mosley admits he is still getting with Ms. Humphreys.
So you still have sex with Miss Humphreys?
I have, yeah.
And still going to continue to once this is done.
Yes.
Drama.
No, it's the truth.
And you say that without any reservation. Yes, I am. But you stand here saying your family's on the line and you don't want Miss Robinson to leave you. But you saying you having sex with Miss Humphreys.
The ex-boyfriend, Mr. Cook, is here, and he's been a total stand-up guy. He's been there for her and the baby, was at the baby shower, and was even at the birth.
Mr. Cook, have you been in the child's life?
Yes.
What have you done for Tyler?
I bought Tyler stuff for his baby shower. I was there when Tyler was born.
You were?
Yes.
At the hospital?
Yeah, but he wasn't there. He wasn't at the baby shower neither. When Miss Humphreys told me she was conceived, which was September 1st, we eliminated Mr. Mosley from even being a candidate for being Tyler's father.
He's so hurt by her lies. He tells her he's been trying to do the right thing, but she's just been playing games with both of them.
Are you telling him that he's the child's father? And you're telling Mr. Mosley he's the child's father?
Wow.
I'm the only one that's doing something for the child.
She's not lying now. She's telling the truth.
I'm the only one doing something for the child.
So,
I
Mr.
keep
Humphreys,
Tyler
why
more
are
than
you?
her.
Why is that your approach?
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Which of these men is about to have their life changed forever?
It has been determined by this court. His biological father is Mr. Cook.
A man's family is on the line after his fiancée confesses on his birthday that she cheated, leaving him to question the paternity of their young son.
Mr. Pierce,
Yes, Your
you are
Honor.
summoning your ex-fiancée, Ms. Cavell, for a paternity test to prove that her 1-year-old son, Julian, is not your son.
That is correct.
He claims that 6 months after the baby was born, she finally confessed that she had cheated, forcing him to call off their engagement because of his overwhelming doubt.
You claim Ms. Cavell deceived you into believing you were the father, and it wasn't until Julian was 6 months old when she finally confessed she had cheated and you may not be the father. You've called off your engagement.
Correct.
Mr. Pierce reveals his deep-seated trust issues stem from a past relationship where he raised a child for 6 months, believing the boy was his, only for a DNA test to prove he was not the father.
You know, it's happened to me in the past before. I just have this doubt, and it's killing our family, it's killing the relationship. It hurts. It truly hurts. A young woman get pregnant, I was 18 years old, but she told me at the time that it may not be my child. And at 6 months old, me and the mother weren't together, we were separated. She wanted child support. 6 months old, they forced me to do a DNA test. I said no, because the child looked exactly like me.
Ms. Covell confesses that her conscience was eating at her, but her original plan was to honestly never tell him about the affair because she was afraid of losing her family.
From day number 1, I had been wanting to tell him my conscience was eating at me, it was killing me, but because we were in such a good place, I didn't want to ruin everything that we had. That was my perfect opportunity. I didn't want to continue lying. I tried to tell him the whole story in one night, wasn't having it, so it took about 3 days for everything to finally unfold and for me to finally tell him, yes, it was about the same time period as when I got pregnant with my son.
To make matters worse, the baby, Julian, was given a family name, which Mr. Pierce feels is deeply disrespectful to his entire family, given the circumstances.
Why wouldn't you tell me before?
You're right, I should have told you sooner. I should have told you sooner.
What he's named after.
I should have told you from day 1, but I was really scared.
You know, that's kind of
I was
disrespectful
scared of losing
to my
you. I
whole
was scared
family
of
at the
losing my
same time.
family.
I mean, that's a family name that she's got.
A major source of his doubt is the baby's appearance. He points out that Julian has blonde hair, while he and his other daughter have dark hair and Mexican features, and the man she cheated with is white.
You know, my daughter, I'm only half Mexican, but my daughter, you could still see all the Mexican in her. She's got dark hair. Yeah, she's got blue eyes, but she's got the dark hair. She's got the complexion, you know what I'm saying? Everything's right. The man she cheated with was white. That looks completely like a white baby.
He heartbreakingly admits that it's painful for him to even look Julian in the eyes, because all he sees is a question mark, which has prevented him from forming a bond.
He has his older sister that plays with him and keeps him occupied. Alan does not want to look Julian in the eyes. That's what it comes down to.
I spend every day with him.
You don't like to look at him in the eyes. That's
Is
what
it that
hits you.
painful, Mr. Pierce?
Yes. Every time I look at him, it's a reminder. You know, I want to be able to look at him and see me, not see a question mark.
Even with the paternity question answered, his trust is completely broken. Will the lie detector test prove she's been telling the truth about her infidelity, or will more lies be exposed?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Pierce, you are Julian's father.
Yes! Two women who grew up believing they were sisters confront the truth about their deceased father after a dispute erupts over Social Security benefits.
Ms. Young, you and your daughter are here in court today to prove that your deceased common-law husband, Johnny Wallace, did not cheat on you with Ms. Terrell and father her daughter, Miss Pat.
They are also suing to recoup over $12,000 in Social Security benefits that Miss Patton wrongfully received after his death.
You say once the results prove he is not Miss Patton's father, you will sue to recoup all of the Social Security benefits from Miss Patton that she wrongfully received after his death, totaling over $12,000.
Miss Patton reveals she had only one single awkward conversation with her alleged father her entire life when she was about 8 years old, where he hesitantly told her, "I'm your daddy."
I didn't have a relationship with him. I saw him. I had a conversation with him, and that was pretty much it.
When you say you didn't have a relationship, he was not a part of your life?
Not consistently, no.
And you say you had a conversation with him?
Yes.
Just one?
Yes.
In your lifetime?
Yes.
What was that conversation about?
His mom.
His other daughter, Miss Stapleton, recalls confronting her dad about the rumor, and he firmly told her, "No, she's not your sister."
So I called my daddy on the phone, and I said, "You need to come here right now. I need to talk to you." And he came right away, and I said, "Kaisha's supposed to be my sister." And he said, "No, she's not your sister."
Both women remember being brought together by family to play as children, all while the unspoken question of whether they were truly sisters hung in the air.
I would play with Tamika. From my knowledge, her grandmother raised her too. So maybe that's why her mother did not know or did not have the knowledge. Maybe because she wasn't there to raise her child. I know of Miss Young. I don't know her, just as she doesn't know me.
Miss Young claims she heard that Mr. Wallace gave Miss Terrell money for an abortion, but that she and her family went shopping with the money instead.
She went to the family and told him that she was pregnant. He gave her money to have an abortion.
At one point, to get an abortion, she thinks that they went shopping with the money.
Despite Mr. Wallace not being on her birth certificate, Miss Patton was able to receive survivor benefits because a family member confirmed the relationship to a caseworker, leading to the $12,000 dispute.
Ended up being entitled to Social Security benefit after Mr. Wallace's death.
My great-grandmother said that when they called her and asked her, did she know anything about Kaisha and could she be the daughter, she said, "I know Kaisha." Johnny said he gave her mother money at one point to get an abortion, think that they went shopping with the money. I wasn't there, but that's what she said. She told Social Security.
Miss Patton confronts Miss Young, asking why she would fly with her to Savannah, Georgia, and treat her like family on certain days, but deny her on others, highlighting the deep dysfunction.
Miss Young claimed she never knew about me. I was never accepted. I got on a flight to Savannah, Georgia with Miss Stapleton to come and get her. If you didn't know me, if you didn't accept me, why? Just like everybody else. But all the extra drama, when you have known about me and you've chose to accept me.
The results are based on the presumption that Miss Stapleton is Mr. Wallace's biological child. Will the test finally confirm they share a father, or will it prove they are not related at all?
So as I read these results, keep in mind that they are based on the presumption that Miss Stapleton is, in fact, Mr. Wallace's biological child. It has been determined by this court. You are not related.
Already knew.
A man uses a genetic argument in court, claiming he can't be the father of twins because they inherited the sickle cell trait, which he insists no one in his family has.
Miss Kelly, you're here today to prove to Mr. Norris that he fathered your 4-month-old twin daughters, Amira and Amia. Your hope is that after the DNA results are revealed, Mr. Norris will step up and help take care of his children.
Mr. Norris, however, is certain he's not the father and claims to have genetic proof to back it up.
Mr. Norris, you understand Miss Kelly's struggle as a single parent because you are a single parent as well. But you claim there is no way you can be the father and have genetic proof.
One of Mr. Norris's first lines of defense is his claim that although they had unprotected sex, he remembers not finishing, so he couldn't be the father.
There's no possible way I could be the father because we did have sex unprotected. I didn't finish the D. We had sex twice. The first time, I was kind of drunk, so I remember.
Miss Kelly reveals that she had been celibate for 19 months before sleeping with Mr. Norris precisely because she was a single mother and did not want to have more children on her own.
Barely take care of the children you have.
I was 19 months celibate, and I told him that I didn't want to have sex because I didn't want to become another single mom.
His doubts were fueled when two completely different friends told him on separate occasions that they had overheard Miss Kelly saying the twins' real father was her first child's father.
I had a buddy of mine that worked with her. He told me that he had overheard her saying to somebody that they were not my children, but they were her first child's father. After the babies were born, I was playing basketball like 2 months ago, right? I got pinned in twins. Like, I don't know if I'm a father or not. He's like, so you the other guy? And I'm like, but it didn't surprise me because, like I said, I heard the story once before.
His main argument is that the twins both carry the sickle cell trait, which must be passed down from a parent, 841 to 846. Since he claims no one in his family has the trait, and she says no one in hers does either, he concludes he cannot be the biological father.
These are the twins. They both have the sickle cell trait. The sickle cell trait can only be passed genetically, which means don't have the trait. I also went back and looked in my family tree. Diabetes came up, high blood pressure, a couple other different type of cancers, but sickle cell trait did not come up on my mother's side or my father's side. With them having the sickle cell trait and it has to be passed down genetically, I don't have it, Miss Kelly doesn't have it. The father has to have it.
A doctor from the Sickle Cell Association explains that for the twins to have the trait, one of the parents must be a carrier, and she notes that 1 in 10 African Americans have the trait, often without knowing it.
And 1 out of 10 African Americans have sickle cell trait. And a lot of times the way young black men find out they have sickle cell trait is when they have a baby with sickle cell disease. And that's not the way to find out. We want people to make informed decisions about child.
That means that one of the parents has the trait.
One of the parents has to have sickle cell trait.
After the results prove him wrong, Mr. Norris apologizes and admits he's excited, saying, "I've always wanted a girl and to have 2 of them is a big deal."
I apologize for any inconvenience I've had to you, but it's time to figure out and get this show on the road, really. I've always wanted a girl and to have 2 of them is...
After all the rumors and a crash course in genetics, the DNA results are here. Is his scientific theory correct, or is he the father of twin girls, sickle cell and all?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Norris, you are their father.
Sickle cell and all.
A woman who was raised in foster care and served in the military confronts the man she believes is her father, hoping he will finally accept her and agree to walk her down the aisle at her wedding.
Mrs. Mueller, you say that after an extremely painful childhood filled with much heartbreak and pain, you turned your life around, joined the military, and got married. But the one thing you still need to know is who is your dad?
Mr. Robinson claims he always knew he wasn't her father and only pretended to be to stop her from being hurt.
Mr. Robinson, you claim that you've always known you are not Ms. Mueller's biological father and feel badly that you pretended to be just to stop her from being hurt.
She tearfully recalls asking him to be there for her when she was deploying to Iraq, but he refused, saying he was busy, even though he lived only 10 to 15 minutes away.
Your Honor, when I was getting deployed to Iraq, I wanted my family there. I took the time out to call Mr. Robinson, asked him to be there for me. You know, I'm getting ready to deploy. Can you come up to the unit? His answer was, I'm busy.
Ms. Mueller recounts that after she went to live with him, her stepmother would constantly tell her that another man was her real father.
I had constantly, every day, my stepmom would tell me that he wasn't my father.
What?
She would tell me that another man was my father.
Mr. Robinson's main reason for doubt is a bizarre story about coming home to find another man relaxing on his couch, joking that the man must have crawled under the house to get in.
I come home one day and this guy sitting in my house, relaxed and everything. How did you get here? He must have crawled under the house.
When the judge questioned why he would suspect a man who was dating his own sister. He gave the strange reply, "That's the way they do it in my town."
Were you all married at this time?
He was one of the guys that I'm talking about. He was dating my sister.
Oh, so why are you worried about if he was sleeping with your woman if he was sleeping with your sister?
That's the way they do it in my town.
Primary reason she is seeking the truth is that she is planning a vow renewal ceremony and wants a father to be there to walk her down the aisle.
I want to have a relationship with. I'm getting ready to have a renewal ceremony with my husband. Once we hit the 5-year mark, I want my father to be there with.
After a lifetime of pain, rejection, and question, the DNA results are finally here. Will she finally get the father she's always wanted, or will her heartbreak continue?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Robbins, you are her father.
What? Bam! Bam!
He told me I was pregnant. We was in the house one day and I was like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. He was
Yeah,
like,
I knew.
He said, you're pregnant. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Like Daddy
So the
said,
next
when I met her,
day-
she had a pudge in her stomach. I thought I was from drinking beer.
Journey and his refusal to help has left her in financial trouble. Mr. Jones is 100% certain he is not the child's biological father.
Ms. Brown, you claim the defendant got you pregnant and now refuses to do anything for your 2-month-old daughter, Journey, leaving you in financial distress. You claim today's DNA test will prove that he is Journey's father and you need him to step up and help you support your baby. Mr. Jones, you say you are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father.
In a shocking moment, Ms. Brown admits that times have been so hard, she has been arrested for stealing diapers, milk, and clothes to provide for her children.
Times are hard. I have no family I can depend on, I have to get it on my own. So therefore, if my kids don't have, I have to go to a store. If they need milk, clothes, shoes, I have to go steal.
His main doubt stems from the fact that she moved directly from her ex-boyfriend's house into his and became pregnant just 2 weeks later, making him believe she was already pregnant when she arrived.
With my cousin to North Carolina, I had met her at work, and she had a boyfriend. So I took her
Chased
from him.
me.
Okay, got her from him, literally, from one house to another.
So how soon after this did you get pregnant?
It was about 2 weeks, y'all.
I was
2 weeks.
His cousin provides Facebook messages as evidence in which Ms. Brown explicitly wrote, "I don't know who her dad is." Ms. Brown claims she only said it to shut them up.
And she told me that she don't know who the baby daddy is.
Lie.
She wants to give the baby up for adoption. I said, you can't do that without his signature.
Oh, so on Facebook?
Yes.
How you sign those papers without his signature? I Googled that and you can't do that. Bye, crazy lady. Shake my head. The response, I definitely didn't need his signature. Nowhere on that paperwork. I don't know who her dad is.
Mr. Jones says he knew she was pregnant before she did because he noticed a pouch on her stomach that he initially just thought was from drinking beer.
He told me I was pregnant. We was in the house one day and I was like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. He was
Yeah,
like,
I knew.
He said, you're pregnant. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Like Daddy
So the
said,
next
when I met her,
day-
she had a pudge in her stomach. I thought I was from drinking beer.
They both have conflicting stories about a failed attempt to do an at-home DNA test, each accusing the other of being a no-show after they were supposed to meet.
Your Honor, one time when she did come up, we were supposed to take the DNA test. 2 o'clock, she had called me.
Go ahead, let me look at it.
I say about roughly 2:30, going back and forth. Come 4:15, 5 o'clock, I go to where I think she's at.
Okay.
So I call her 15 times, 10 texts, from 4:15 to at least 4:30. I'm sitting there waiting on her.
After the case, Judge Lake calls Ms. Brown into her chambers and, acknowledging her financial struggles, gives her a large care package of diapers and other baby supply.
You testified to the fact that you had been so in need that you had to steal diapers, that it is appropriate to go out and commit crimes and steal when you don't have for your child. And so I have something for you, all right? Jerome's gonna bring it in. This is for you. That should cover you for a little while until we can get everything on track.
After all the lies, missed appointments, and financial desperation, the DNA results are here. Is he the father she desperately needs him to be, or was he right to doubt her from the start?
It has been determined by this court. To Jones, you are her father. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. This whole drama starts with Miss Bennett, who is suing Mr. Grant for $5,000 in unpaid child expenses for their 4-year-old son, Uriah Jr., because she's tired of him denying the child, 012 to 029. Mr. Grant is countersuing to have his name removed from the birth certificate, claiming he is not the father.
Ms. Bennett, you claim that for the last 4 years, Mr. Grant has claiming he is not your son, Uriah Jr.'s biological father. Now, you're tired of his doubts and him running away from his responsibility, and you're suing him for for $5,000 in back child expenses, correct?
Miss Bennett is positive he's the father because she knows the exact date of conception, her birthday, July 19th, 2010, when they were in a jacuzzi suite and had unprotected intercourse.
I conceived my son on July 19, 2010 on my birthday. We went to the jacuzzi suite, we drunk, we had a very great time, we had intercourse.
His main reason for doubt is her claim that she went to the emergency room and received a sonogram confirming the pregnancy just 4 or 5 days after their night together, which he believes is medically impossible.
But I had a condom on. She says that not too long, maybe 4 or 5 days after that she went to the doctor and that she found out she was pregnant 4 or 5 days after that.
4 or 5 days after?
After we had sex.
Your birthday was on what?
July 19th.
This is your birthday, and this is the night you say you had intercourse. Unprotected, the night of that.
Yes.
He missed the birth of the child, and she claims it's because his cousin called her and lied, saying he couldn't be there because he was in jail. A lie she exposed when a friend saw him out on the street.
So I didn't have it just to get up, go.
Your Honor, he lied. He had his cousin call me and say he was in jail. I have evidence right here.
He was in jail?
To say that he was not in
Jerome,
jail,
will you
Your
hand me
Honor.
that evidence, please?
Off his phone and told me that, oh, he's in jail. And my friend so happened to be driving up the street and seen him and said, hey, no, he's not in jail. He's right here. I called his phone.
His own sister testifies that she believes the baby is not his because he looks like a spitting image of a man she used to date, whom she also heard rumors about Miss Bennett sleeping with.
I honestly do. Like, I know, like, I hear rumors that she slept with, you know, a guy I used to.
I don't even know this guy.
The baby looks just like the guy.
I don't even know this guy.
It's just
I'm
a coincidence.
waiting
The
to
baby
know
looks
this guy.
You said you think Uriah Jr. looks just like this other guy.
Yes, a spitting image.
His sister also claims that she gave Miss Bennett money years ago to go get a DNA test done, but she never followed through with it.
At some point, you wanted to pay for a DNA test.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I gave her money.
She's from Buffalo. When she came up there and stayed with my sister for them 2 months, all she had to do was go downtown.
Just like all you had to do was go downtown.
Yes,
You
I
the one
could've.
doubting it,
Yes, I
but
could've.
yet and still, I told you all my information I gave, and you have not yet went down there.
Did I
We
not
wouldn't
give you
be
the
here.
money to
You
go
did.
downtown
You
to
did. You
make
want
the
your couple
copies?
dollars back?
After 4 years of accusations and a he said, she said about a condom, the DNA results are here. Was this a birthday baby after all, or was his family right to be suspicious?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Grant, you are Uriah Jr.
Told you.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Parker, who is suing Mr. Morton for over $2,000 in child support for her baby, Aaron, but he says the baby isn't his.
In your suit, you claim Mr. Morton fathered your 7-month-old son, Aaron, while in a relationship with his current girlfriend. You say the only reason he denies paternity is because his girlfriend turned him against you because she's been unable to conceive a child with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition to the paternity test, you're suing for $2,047 in back child expenses.
Yes, Your Honor.
But here's the wild part. She claims she had relations with him and his girlfriend, all 3 of them.
You have a child with Mr. Morton.
Yes, I have a
already.
5-year-old son.
And he's not child in question.
No, Aaron is.
But you also still continued a sexual relationship.
Yes, with the both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
You were having sex with
sex. I have sex with both of them.
with Mr. Morton
And Mrs. Lemon.
and his girlfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh!
She's got a shocking justification for all the drama. She says she was lonely and asked her boyfriend if he could get with his pregnant baby mother because she's in need.
Well, the only reason, Your Honor, the only reason why she was able to have sex with us is because I asked my boyfriend to have sex with her because she was lonely. My desires, me and my little freakiness, I said, my boyfriend, can you have sex with your pregnant baby mother because she's in need?
Pause.
His big reason for doubt? He claims he was only intimate with her on Mother's Day, May 11th, but the baby was born on December 5th, which makes it only 7 months.
When were you intimate with Miss Parker during the window?
The week of Mother's Day, May 11th, I believe.
You're intimate that day.
The only intimacy we had on Mother's Day was oral sex, Your Honor. How you gonna get pregnant off of oral sex, Your Honor?
Judge.
When was Aaron born?
December 5th.
So December 5th.
It only added up to about 7 months.
But she says she's not a cheater. She swears she only had unprotected relations with him and no one else during the time the baby was made.
And Miss Parker, when was the last time you were intimate with someone else before that May 11th period when you were
The
intimate
only
with
person,
Mr.
Your Honor, I lie to you not. The only person that I have unprotected sex with was my baby father. Was Mr.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Your Honor.
His own mother takes the stand. She says she thinks Ms. Parker was dipping and dabbing with other men, even when she had a boyfriend.
Well, as far as them two, to be honest, I really think that they never stopped dealing with each other from time to time. Even when she had the boyfriend, I still believe they were dipping and dabbing because him and the boyfriend had got into it over, I don't know what the altercation was about, but I heard about they had got into it.
But the grandma also admits that the whole family has accepted baby Aaron as their own and loves him without a doubt.
Have you witnessed your son connect with this child?
Yes.
And you've connected with the child?
Yes.
When?
Your family accepts the child without doubt?
We do accept him without a doubt. I don't share his doubts because that's odd.
The verdict is in. Is Mr. Morton the father, and will he be on the hook for over $2,000 in child support?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Morton, you are Aaron's father.
Thank you. I told you, like, I'm not no.
Ms. Gooley, at what point did you decide to tell him? Because you had said, admittedly, I let him believe this was his biological child.
A year ago.
It was a year ago?
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
As soon as that baby came out my stomach, I looked for it, and the first thing out my mouth was, is he yours?
This whole messy story starts with Mr. Brooks, who was in court to prove he's the father of his 18-year-old son, Demarion. But his ex, Ms. Gully, says he's not the dad.
Mr. Brooks, you've summoned your ex-girlfriend, Ms. Gooley, to paternity court to prove that you are the father of her 18-year-old son, Mr. McDonald.
But Ms. Gully admits she cheated on Mr. Brooks during their 10-year relationship and pregnancy, and now she's here to prove he's not the father.
Ms. Gooley, you admit you cheated on Mr. Brooks all those years ago and are here today to prove to Mr. Brooks that he is not the father of your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's got the ultimate proof. He says he has over 60 pictures that he's carried for 17 years, believing he's the dad.
Greatest day of my life when she told me she was pregnant. A great father. And I got pictures. Been having these pictures with me for 17 years. She don't have none. Matter of fact, I got about 60 pictures, and she's not in none of them.
These are pictures you've carried for 17 years,
Yes.
believing that you are Mr. McDonald's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
His story of Demarion's birth is so emotional. He says he was there, watched him cut her open and pull his baby out. The baby was crying, but when he held him and said, "Daddy's here, baby," the baby instantly stopped.
The day he was born, I took her to the hospital. I drove her to the hospital. I was there. I watched him cut her open. I watched him pull my baby out. I watched him cry. They couldn't get him quiet. I told the doctors and the nurse, "Give me my baby." And I said, "E-man, this daddy. I'm here, baby." And he shot up. And at that run, I knew he was my son from day one.
But she says he's a liar. She claims he wasn't there for the birth, and she had another man who was always at her house.
There was another man that was at my
didn't.
house all the time.
That's a lie.
And he used to take Fred to work. And
How you gonna take me where I had my own damn car?
Mr. Brooks, I need you to watch your language.
I'm sorry.
There was another man that was always at your house.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's got some nerve. She admits she told him he was the father for years, but then suddenly looked at the baby and declared, "Is he yours?"
Ms. Gooley, at what point did you decide to tell him? Because you had said, admittedly, I let him believe this was his biological child.
A year ago.
It was a year ago?
No, it was not.
Yeah, it
Your
was.
Honor. As soon as that baby came out my stomach, I looked at Fred, and the first thing out my mouth was, "Is he yours?"
But he says he can't be the father. He claims after 10 years of unprotected relations, he never got her pregnant, so he doesn't believe this child is his.
After 10 years of us being together and not using condoms or any kind of protection, why did I get pregnant?
So are you saying you don't believe Mr. Brooks can even father a child?
I don't think so, no.
Surprise! Demarion, the son, is in court. He says he believes Mr. Brooks is his dad, and that's been his understanding his whole life.
Mr. Brooks states that he believes he's your biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe Mr. Brooks is your father?
Yes, ma'am.
You do. That's been your understanding your whole life?
Yes, ma'am.
But the plot thickens. Demarion reveals that another man reached out to him on Facebook, claiming he was his biological father.
It was a man on Facebook saying that he was my biological father. I text back and said, okay, I really don't know what to say or what to do because there's another man in my life that thinks he's my father.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will this man who's been paying for 18 years finally get the answers he needs?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Brooks, you are his father.
When I saw the baby, he was so white. He looked like a Mexican or something. He was just real light.
I'm
light-skinned.
This whole mess starts with Mr. Richardson, who is in court because he regrets signing his son's birth certificate and now wants to prove he's not the dad.
You claim you made a huge mistake. You signed the birth certificate of the defendant's 2-month-old son, DeMarlon, even though you doubt you are his father. You want to prove your case before you end up paying child support for a baby you know isn't yours.
But the mom, Ms. Robbins, says he's just playing games because he doesn't want to pay child support for a baby he knows is his.
Ms. Robbins, you say the plaintiff's only mistake is denying your son because you claim the DNA will prove that he is DeMarlon's father. Is that correct?
He says he only signed the birth certificate because he was caught up in the moment at the hospital and had some doubts.
It was at the moment, and I felt that, I don't know, it may be mine, but I don't know.
He was there during the whole entire time, during delivery and pregnancy. He was there, but he also signed the recognition of parentage.
But his big reason for doubt is shocking. He says the baby was so white when he was born, and he thought he was a mess again because he's a darker-skinned man.
When I saw the baby, he was so white. He looked like a Mexican or something. He was just real light.
I'm light-skinned.
But the judge isn't having it. She tells him that children come in all shapes and colors, and that his doubts are just plain wrong.
Listen, that doesn't matter. Children come in all shapes and sizes, and he just spent 9 months or more in the womb.
He says she's a sneaky liar who was still married when they met, but she says she had proof she was divorced.
Yana, you gotta realize, when I was dating her, she was very sneaky.
So are you.
Richardson start off as a side piece, Miss Robbins?
Of course I would.
Yes, but when we got into being more into a serious relationship and I knew that I wanted to be with him, I decided that I wanted it to be just me and him. And I did tell him and I showed him proof that I was divorced.
The real shocker, he admits he was having pregnant the S word with her. He says pregnant the S word is the best the S word, and he was doing it with her even though she was pregnant with another man's baby.
Pregnant sex.
Okay, but you didn't get that, and you know why.
I got it one time.
Are you saying you weren't happy about the baby coming? You were happy because you could have pregnant sex?
Yes. Well, I mean, pregnant sex is the best sex, Yana. It is.
The judge calls them both out for their immature behavior and tells them they need to grow up and take responsibility for their actions.
Waiting to figure out who my daddy is. And that's unfair. You all talking in circles in here today. And his potential father is denying him. His mother can't make it to the DNA test when you all have had every opportunity to resolve this.
Exactly.
But instead, I'm thankful this courtroom exists so that the buck can stop here and we can really get the result.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will he be on the hook for child support or will he finally be free?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Richardson, you are the father.
He's a pastor with manly needs. The pastor, Mr. House, admits in court that although he is a man of the church, he is also a man and has manly needs.
As a pastor, I'm a bishop, but I'm also a traveling pastor. But I'm also a man. I want to stress that right away, that I'm a man and I have manly needs. That doesn't mean that I won't see a woman, but I'm also a pastor.
He calls her a hoochie in court. The pastor loses his composure and calls Ms. Webster a hoochie, forcing Judge Lake to reprimand him for his language in the courtroom.
And we exchanged the number.
That's wrong, Your Honor. We met at church.
Looked at each other and quickly she became a hoochie, and that's what it was all about.
Excuse me, Bishop House. Is that proper language to use for a young woman?
Well, you know, in Hosea chapter 4, God called Gomer a whore.
Well, we're not in Hosea chapter 4. We in paternity court, and I'm the judge, and in this courtroom, we're gonna respect women.
She was juggling 2 men at once. Ms. Webster confesses she was intimate with both the pastor and her on and off boyfriend, Mr. Miles Jones, during the time of conception.
Casual, no commitment. So, Ms. Webster, you were in fact sleeping with someone else during that time.
Yes, sure.
But I wasn't.
Who's that person?
Mr. Maljon. Yes, he was a boyfriend. We knew each other for 5 years, but it was an on and off relationship.
I knew nothing about that, Your Honor, at all whatsoever.
And so you knew Mr. Miles Jones before you ever met Mr. House?
Yeah.
The boyfriend is a total stand-up guy. Mr. Miles Jones was there for the birth, has been supporting the baby since day one, and even put his last name on the birth certificate, despite knowing he might not be the father. father.
Yes, and I told you that your name wasn't going on there because it was a possibility that you was not my baby father.
But I've been there
Father.
since day one.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing listed under the name of father. You made her last name Miles Jones.
That's my last name.
Yes.
Ever since she told me that she was pregnant when she was 6 months, I was there. I made sure she ate good. I made sure she needed, if she needed money for anything.
The pastor thinks she's triple playing. Mr. House accuses Ms. Webster of running a game, claiming she is triple playing by involving him, her ex, and another possible man.
Since you're triple playing, and there's another possible guy as well too. Remember here, she's triple playing. Let's look at it for what it really is. She's tricking. She's sleeping with this guy, sleeping with me, sleeping with somebody else. If she was happy, then there would be no need for me to be
There is
here.
a need. My baby need her father, not a maybe, a father.
They're both wrong. In a stunning turn of events, the DNA results prove that neither Mr. House nor Mr. Miles Jones is the biological father of the baby.
It has been determined that Mr. Miles Jones, you are not her father.
Now it's time for the pastor. With one man already cleared, is this the moment the real father is finally revealed?
It has been determined by this court that you are not her father.
This whole mess starts with Ms. Shomo, who is in court with her husband, Mr. Kleckler, and her co-worker, Mr. Freeman, after being intimate with both men in the same 2-day period.
Ms. Shomo, you confess you had a weekend fling with a co-worker while married to the defendant, Mr. Kleckler. Now, because you admit to being intimate with both men during the same 2-day period, you now say you have no idea who fathered your 11-month-old son, Theseus.
Yes, Your Honor.
She cheated for attention. Ms. Shomo admits she strayed from her marriage because she felt unwanted by her husband, and her co-worker was giving her the attention she craved.
Your Honor, I was young. I was going through some difficulty, feeling unwanted by my husband, Mr. Kleckler, and I felt Mr. Freeman was giving me more attention than my husband was.
But he cheated first, with his best friend's aunt. She reveals the marriage was broken long ago when her husband cheated on her with his best friend's aunt, an act she says completely ruined her life.
Your Honor, this would have never came down to this if he didn't cheat on me with his best friend's aunt.
The condom busted. Ms. Shomo says she and Mr. Freeman used protection, but he claims the condom busted, and she suspects he may have planned it all along.
That Mr. Freeman and you used protection when you all were together.
Yes.
And yet,
Mr. Freeman wanted a baby with me, and he had told me that he had wanted a baby.
It wasn't like that.
He said he was going to get me pregnant one way or another.
Not like that. It
So,
wasn't
yes,
nothing
we
like
did
that. I
use
said
a
I would love
condom.
to have a baby by you, ditch a baby off, nothing like that. The condom bust, you know.
The baby's skin color raised doubt. Mr. Kleckler started to question paternity as the baby got older, telling his wife he's getting darker and looking different.
He would come to me and be like, you know, he's getting darker, he's looking different, and I felt so much guilt in myself, and I was like, you know, I have to get this done.
Co-worker wants full custody. Mr. Freeman is so convinced he is the father that he declares in court that he will fight for full custody if the DNA proves he's the dad.
possible biological father. You state that if it's determined you are indeed the child's biological father, you want full custody.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will finally end the confusion. Will her husband be raising another man's child, or will the co-worker get his wish for full custody?
It has been determined that the biological father is Mr. Freeman.
This whole drama starts with Mr. Richardson, who is taking his ex, Ms. Robbins, to court to prove he isn't the father of her son, DeMarlon, after already signing the birth certificate.
Mr. Richardson, you claim you made a huge mistake. You signed the birth certificate of the defendant's 2-month-old son, DeMarlon, even though you doubt you are his father. You want to prove your case before you end up paying child support for a baby you know isn't yours.
He didn't want to be the bad guy. Mr. Richardson admits he only signed the birth certificate because he was in my emotion and didn't want to look like a bad guy at the hospital.
Yeah, I didn't want to seem like the bad guy at the time. And I was in my emotions, and when I saw the baby, I was like, and I asked her, I said, you sure this baby is mine? Is there no one else? And she was like, no, there's no one else.
He was shocked by the baby's skin color. His primary reason for doubt is the baby's appearance at birth, stating, he was so white, he looked like a Mexican or something. He was just real light.
When I saw the baby, he was so white. He looked like a Mexican or something. He was just real light.
Mexican.
She was married when they met. Ms. Robbins admits that when their relationship began, she was still married to another man, and Mr. Richardson started out as her side piece.
And we got to talking, and then she told me, she said, I'm married, but, when she said the word but, that means I'm willing to maybe see you or something, play around with you. So.
Did Mr. Richardson start off as a side piece, Miss Robbins?
Of course I would.
Faked his happiness for pregnant S-word. He shamelessly confesses that he only pretended to be happy about the baby because he was excited about the idea of pregnant S-word, which he calls the best S-word.
Pretending I was happy.
Oh, you were pretending?
I'm pretending like I was happy.
You were pretending?
That's nice. That's nice.
Why would you pretend you were happy?
The whole time.
Sneaky, but I mean,
I don't get it.
I mean, because
of what? I'm sorry.
Pregnant sex.
Okay.
I got it one time.
You weren't happy about the baby coming. You were happy because you could have pregnant sex.
Yes.
He accused her of smelling like another man. Mr. Richardson was convinced she was cheating when she came home from work one day, and he told her, "You smell like the S-word."
Sat next to me. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I recognize that smell. I haven't had it in a while, but I recognize it. I said, you smell like sex.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
so
like,
that's what I smell like when I
said, you been having sex? You know, did you
at
go to
work?
Oh.
She completely dodged a DNA test. After she scheduled a DNA test, Mr. Richardson showed up at her house to go to the appointment, but she made excuses and refused to go.
Tried to get a DNA test, Mr. Richardson.
No, it's not, Yana. She made an appointment. We supposed to split one to go get a DNA test. She said, I set an appointment. I'm gonna come at 4:30. But you said it was 4:30. I got at your house at 3 o'clock. 3:30 come. We sitting around. Okay. Appointment's at 4:30. I'm like, what's up?
Who made the
Are we going to get
appointment?
the certificate?
Agreed on DNA, even though.
Go to the appointment?
No, Yana.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the truth. Will he be freed from a child he believes isn't his, or will he be proven to be the father after all?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Richardson, you are the father. So, Mr. Spence, let me ask you this. Are you in a relationship?
I'm married.
This is a wild one. Ms. Kavanaugh is back in court after 2 other men were already ruled out. And now she thinks her new baby's dad might be her own mom's good friend.
Ms. Kavanaugh, you appeared in our courtroom previously and tested 2 men as potential fathers of your 1-month-old son, Malcolm. Unfortunately, neither turned out to be his biological father. Now, today, you believe Malcolm's biological father is a good friend of your mother's, the defendant, Mr. Spence.
She shamelessly admits she was the one who went after him. She says she was subconsciously trying to seduce him and would wear inappropriate things around him.
It is bad. I started calling him up asking for like rides, to the grocery store, to get stuff from my house, and subconsciously I was trying to seduce him. I was wearing inappropriate things around him.
The mom's friend, Mr. Spence, says he tried to say no. He claims he told her to watch yourself, but on the 4th try, he had a lapse in judgment and gave in.
It was like she said, came over a couple of times. She was in inappropriate gear. First time, I shunned it off. Second time, I said, hey, watch yourself. Third time, it's starting to look good. Fourth time, lapse in judgment, and here we are today.
But wait, he's married. This whole messy situation could blow up his own family.
So, Mr. Spence, let me ask you this. Are you in a relationship?
I'm married.
The mom is heartbroken and feels totally betrayed by both of them. She says her woman's intuition told her something shady was going on between them.
It was very devastating, just because the relationship was inappropriate. I felt betrayed. Actually, when we were together, like all in the same room, I noticed them looking at each other a little differently. Yeah, I knew my gut.
Woman's intuition.
Exactly.
How did the mom find out for sure? Her other daughter snitched. She told her mom that her sister had been getting with their family friend.
That I had intimate with him, and then I went to go because my mom was wondering, asking Megan questions, and Megan was denying it. But that's my mother. I'm gonna tell my mom. So I come clean. That's how my mom found out, is that it was intimate is because of me.
Enter potential dad number 4, Mr. Scott. He says he always used protection, but she claims there was one night they were very intoxicated and things happened.
Had a sexual relationship with Miss Kavanaugh?
Yes, ma'am.
It was during the window of conception. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not using protection?
I use protection every time. I don't recall, not using protection. I strongly, I don't believe that, Malcolm is mine. I mean, I seen the picture. She sent me a picture. My mom seen the baby and said the baby looked like me.
But wait, it gets even crazier. Just when we think it's down to these 2 men, she admits there's one more possible father, bringing the grand total to 5 men.
These are the last 2 possibilities, Miss Kavanaugh?
There's one more, Your Honor.
The judge has had enough. She tells her she can't drink your problems away and that she needs to get help for her baby's sake.
So let's get one thing straight. You know you can't drink your problems away.
Yes, I
And
found
you
it out
see
now.
that.
Yes.
You didn't drink any problems away. You just created more problems.
A lot.
And since you are a mother to a brand new innocent baby, this court's going to require, no matter what the result is, that you get some counseling and you get some help as it relates to that drink. Yes, understand?
Now for her mom's best friend, Mr. Spence. Is this the man she seduced, or is the real father still a total mystery?
When it comes to the paternity of 1-month-old Malcolm Kavanaugh, Mr. Scott, you are not his father. Were you also still sleeping with her mother during that time?
Yes.
Ms. Holthouse is in court because she doesn't know if her baby's dad is her ex or her own mother's boyfriend, Mr. Shinewald.
Shockingly, you confess it's either a man you shared a sexual relationship with who wants nothing to do with your child, or the defendant who happens to be your mother's boyfriend.
How did this even start? He says it all began after he saw her in a little skirt, her breasts out, and one thing just led to another.
A few days later, tight clothing, little skirt, breast out. Next thing you know, one thing led to another. We started flirting with each other back and forth. Things just escalated from there.
She admits she snuck out of her grandma's house to meet him at a park where they got together for the first time.
I snuck out of my grandma's house that night. We went to a park.
And what happened at the park?
We had sexual relations.
But it wasn't just a one-time thing. They carried on a secret affair for 6 months, often right under her mother's nose while she was asleep in the next room.
So how long did this sexual relationship last?
It was about 6 months. We would just, when she's not there, she left to go somewhere. Sometimes when she's sleeping.
In her house?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he's a total dog. He shamelessly admits he was getting with both the mother and the daughter at the same time.
Were you also still sleeping with her mother during that time?
Yes.
The mom eventually caught them. She walked in and found her daughter standing in front of her boyfriend with her pants unzipped.
And when she
What
did,
happened?
she caught me standing in front of her, my pants unzipped. She was really furious and upset, and we basically got into huge arguments and fights.
The family tree is a total mess. The mom also has a baby with Mr. Shinewald, which means their kids could be half siblings and uncle and nephew at the same time.
At the moment, I did not know, but as my mom was pregnant with my sister, my sister is Mr. Shinewald's daughter.
Wait, how old is her daughter?
She's about to turn 11 months.
How old is your child?
He is 3 months.
You won't believe this. Even after all this betrayal, the mom is still with him, and they all live in the same house together.
So are you still currently in a relationship with Miss Holthouse's mother?
Yes. We actually all stay together.
You all stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
You all live together?
Yes, Sean.
But there are rules. The mom won't let them be in the same room alone, and even turns the TV down so she can listen to what they're saying.
Well, there are rules laid down for me and Miss Holthouse, her daughter. We're not allowed to be in the same room together. We're not allowed to talk or text each other. We're not supposed to really even be around each other. And if we are in the same room together, she turns down the TV so she can hear the conversations that we're having.
Hold on.
The judge thinks they're still hooking up and asks them to take a lie detector test to prove they're not. They both refuse.
Are we willing to consent to the lie detector test on the question of whether or not you all are still sleeping together?
No, Your Honor, I won't.
Judge Lake has the envelope that holds the key to this disgusting family secret. Will this young woman's son also be her little sister's brother?
It has been determined by this court. You are not his father. Well, a lot has been said about you today.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to know what you have to add to this.
She always touching me on my chest.
What chest?
She always patting on me. She always saying, do more than I can't get my son or the man I'm sleeping with to do, to have me to come and do things.
God.
This family feud is a total disaster. A mother, Ms. Scott McCrae, is suing her own daughter for $3,900. She says she loaned her.
Miss Scott McCrae, you claim that you've been supporting your daughter, Miss Scott, and her 7 children long enough.
Yes.
You say that your daughter's husband is a deadbeat, and you wish she'd leave this man and get off the system. Miss Scott McCrae, you are suing your daughter for $3,900 in unpaid loans.
Yes.
But the daughter, Ms. Scott, says her mom is just a hater who is jealous and secretly wants her husband, Toy.
You say your mother was an addict when you were younger and now tries to act holier than thou.
Yes.
You believe that your mother is jealous of you and wants your husband.
Yes.
The mom's big complaint? She says her son-in-law is a deadbeat because she once saw him eat all the cereal and drink all the milk, leaving none for the kids.
And they need things in the morning to sustain them while they're at daycare. And this man,
What's the
Toy,
things they need?
I was sleeping in their den. I watched Toy one night, particularly. He went into the kitchen 3 or 4 times, and the whole night he was eating cereal. He was eating cereal.
And that's just what a dad
That's what they would do.
Okay, but did that take cereal out of my...
But the daughter fires back with her own story. She says her mom once gave them a bounced check for rent, which got them and their 7 kids evicted.
They do good at
But
tax
let you
time.
tell it, you paid our rent for 5 and 6 months,
So
Mom.
that's when I was staying with you when you were over on
But when have
Tuckasegee.
you ever
And as
paid
soon
our
as I
rent for
moved
5 or
out,
6
y'all
months,
got
Mom?
evicted because you couldn't
because you
continue to
gave
pay
me a
the rent.
bounce check.
The husband, Toy, takes the stand. He says the mom is the one who has a little crush on him and is always touching him on the chest.
Well, a lot has been said about you today.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to know what you have to add to this.
She always touching me on my chest.
What chest?
She always pouting on me. She always saying, you do more than I can my son or the man I'm sleeping with to do, to have me to come and do things.
God.
The daughter backs this up with a wild story. She says she once saw her mom give her husband a slobbery kiss on the cheek and call him the best son-in-law I ever had.
You know, just look back out the door. I look out the door, she done got out her car, walked up to our car where Toy was sitting and kissed him on his cheek. A slobbery kiss. If he would have turned his face, they would have been tongue kissing. What was that even for?
You know what,
and then her exact words were, son-in-law, you're the best son-in-law I ever had. I just love you.
After all the fighting, the judge throws out the mom's lawsuit for the $3,900, saying she has no proof it was a loan.
What you don't have is any independent evidence that shows that this was a loan that you required her to pay back. Without something in writing, it is not proven that it's a loan. Are we clear?
We're
The
clear on
ruling
that.
is for the defendant.
I understand.
First question is a bombshell. Have you ever made any advances towards your son-in-law, Toy?
Ms. Scott McCrae, you were asked, have you ever made any sexual advances towards your son-in-law, Toy? You said no.
No.
And the lie detector determined that was the truth.
Yes, it was.
With their relationship on the line, the lie detector results are here. Is this grandma a secret husband stealer, or is her daughter just a paranoid drama queen?
If you want a sexual relationship with your son-in-law, Toy,
Made my head hurt.
you said no, and the lie detector determined that was the truth.
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right.
Is somebody calling you? Jerome, answer it and see if it's a woman. They probably never call back again if they find out you're in paternity court.
Two of Mr. Barber's baby mamas, Ms. Taylor and Ms. Johnson, are in court together to sue him for thousands of dollars in unpaid child expenses.
Ms. Taylor and Ms. Johnson, you both claim that you were pregnant at the same time with the defendant, Mr. Barber's children. You argue that he has not been a father to your kids and refuses to support them but take care of his other child.
His pathetic excuse for not paying? He says they just ask for too much money and create too much drama.
Mr. Barber, you counter that the only reason you can't support the children you have with Ms. Taylor and Ms. Johnson is because they ask for too much money and they create too much drama.
But they fire back that he's a total dog who had 3 different women pregnant all at the same time when he was just 18 years old.
I believe that he supports his other child because he's still sleeping with his other child's mother. He had 3 women pregnant at the same time. He is a dog.
3 women pregnant at the same time?
Yes, Your Honor. At the very younger age of 18. And we were all 18, all the way out.
Wow.
In the middle of the hearing, his phone rings. The judge jokes, "Jerome, answer it and see if it's a woman."
Mr. Barber, is somebody calling you? Jerome, answer it and see if it's a woman. They probably never call back again if they find out you're in paternity court.
His lame excuse for missing her daughter's birth? He claims he was at work. She says he's a liar and was probably with another woman.
That baby out by myself.
But I didn't show up. I wasn't there.
You
I
did
didn't
not
show up.
come
I didn't show
until
up.
hours
I didn't
later.
show up, but why?
You did
Why?
not come until
Why?
hours
What did I tell you I was
later.
doing? What was I doing? I was at work.
I don't know. You always lie. You always lie and say that you somewhere and you come
I don't have to lie to you about where I'm at.
He's a total deadbeat. Ms. Taylor says in 5 years, all he's ever bought for her daughter is 2 packs of diapers.
Has he sent anything to help you with your child?
He bought my daughter 2 packs of diapers.
Okay. And how old is your daughter?
My daughter is 5 years old.
I never got 2 packs. I never got a pack.
Surprise! The third baby mama, Ms. Cooper, is in court. She takes the stand and says he's a great dad and that the other 2 are just bitter because things didn't work out.
I just feel like me and him have came to a common ground to co-parent. Our relationship and what we've been through, none of that matters.
Is he good to your child?
Yes, he is. Very well.
Loves
her. He's a daddy's girl. She only wants to be.
It's Judgment Day. With 2 baby mamas demanding over $7,000 in back support, will this deadbeat dad finally be forced to pay up for the kids he abandoned?
Now, these expenses that you have presented, they accurately depict what it takes to raise a child. Now, Mr. Barber, do you have anything to add before I make my ruling? You know, it is this court's opinion that Ms. Taylor is in fact entitled to $3,608 in back child care expenses. Moving on.
She was just pregnant.
You went to see Ms. Lusk at school?
Yes,
I went to see her at school to talk to her and to find out what was going on. She didn't look pregnant. She was holding her head down. She had no stomach whatsoever.
This whole sad story starts with Ms. Lusk, who is in court because the mother of her deceased boyfriend, Ms. Page, is convinced her son is not the father of her 3-year-old daughter, Samari.
Ms. Lusk, you and your mother say you have no doubt whatsoever when it comes to knowing who your 3-year-old daughter, Samari's biological father is. Unfortunately, the man you claim is her father has died, and now you find yourself facing off against his mother, who is just as convinced that she is not your daughter's grandmother.
But the grandma thinks this is all about money. She says Ms. Lusk is just trying to get a piece of her late son's $50,000 life insurance policy.
They're out for money. I had insurance on my son. I had an insurance policy. They're out for money.
That we knew nothing about.
No, unless it's proven it's not my son.
And so this insurance policy is in the amount of $50,000. You submitted that paperwork to the court. It is your testimony today that Ms. Lusk is attempting to get a portion of that money.
But Ms. Lusk fires back that she and the deceased were hooking up all the time. She says she used to walk over from school during her lunch period to be with him.
It was a normal time, scheduled routine that I would actually come over there because we had times that I would come over to see him because he only stayed a few blocks from my school. And during certain periods, whether it was gym or my lunch period, I would go, I would walk. He would meet me halfway.
The first meeting was so dramatic. Grandma Page admits she went to Ms. Lusk's school to confront her after hearing she was pregnant, but says she didn't look pregnant.
She was just pregnant.
You went to see Ms. Lusk at school?
Yes,
I went to see her at school
They
to
had
talk to her
call
and
and
to
act.
find out what was going on. She didn't look pregnant. She was holding her head down. She had no stomach whatsoever.
The mom, Ms. Anderson, says Grandma Page was almost proud of the pregnancy at first, saying her son was a legend, with women coming out the woodwork.
The very first thing she said to me is, my son is a legend. my son has women coming out the woodwork. She seemed proud.
And he's always gonna be a legend in my book.
The war went public. Grandma Page has been bashing her 16-year-old potential baby mama all over Facebook, telling her to find the real dad.
We declined her walker. She went into one of her little, oh, that ain't my grandbaby. Make sure you find your baby's daddy. And she's publicly putting it on Facebook.
Also to the point where I can't defend myself because she'll have me blocked or she'll have it where I can't post comments. And I don't slander her on my, not once have I ever said anything bad about this woman.
But Ms. Lusk fought back. Despite Grandma's threats, she gave the baby the last name Page anyway, saying, "We don't need your permission."
You're not allowed to put the baby in the last name Page. You can't, you don't have my, like,
Yes,
we
Miss
really
Anderson,
needed
because
it.
your daughter's on
like,
the back
we
page.
didn't need
Yes.
your,
But the daughter's name is Samari Dior Anderson Page.
And that's not
so you gave Samari Desmond's last name.
Without my permission.
It's so sad. The grandma has only seen her potential granddaughter once, and it was by accident at a birthday party.
Miss Page had an opportunity to see Samari?
No, ma'am.
Never.
Seen her
She's
one
seen her
time by
once.
accident at an acquaintance birthday party.
So you've never had the opportunity to come by and spend
she
time
told
with
my
her.
daughter at party. She had the opportunity, yes.
Ms. Lusk says she didn't even go to his funeral because she was only 16, had just found out she was pregnant, and didn't have time to grieve.
4 days after his passing, that's when I took my own pregnancy test and found out I was pregnant. That was April 24th. His funeral was April 27th. I didn't go to his funeral. I couldn't because how can I show my face as, like, how can I even go? I can't even support somebody.
I didn't have time to grieve.
After years of grief and nasty Facebook feuds, a grand paternity test will finally reveal the truth. Is this baby the last living legacy of a son gone too soon?
It has been determined by this court. The probability of relatedness between Miss Page and Samari Page is 99.9%.